Welcome back. This is Bill Gonseaux again with Dr. Cowden, exploring this concept called the death of health. We finished up the last segment where Dr. Cowden was talking about the third-party involvement. So you've got a doctor and you've got the government and all these other things contributing to the quality of healthcare and then the quality of life by definition. But in this whole process, what we haven't really isolated and talked very much about is who actually owns your body. I mean, do you own it? Does a doctor own it? Does the insurance company own it? Or does the government own it? And you can say, well, I own my body. But if you walk into the doctor's office and you say, fix me, you've now turned that responsibility over to the doctor. And then in the doctor, in his trying to understand what he can actually charge for and make sure he doesn't have lawsuits, he's going to practice medicine directed by how the insurance company has directed him to practice medicine. And then the insurance company's got regulations for the government. And if it's Medicare or it's Medicaid, that further complicates and adds layer after layer after layer upon this whole concept of who actually owns your body. You need to take responsibility. Each of us needs to take responsibility for that. Each of us needs to be just to stand alone and say, this is my body and I'm going to take responsibility for it. I'm not going to walk in and turn it over to the doctor. I want to know what's going on. I want to understand the concepts he's talking about. And if necessary, go outside the boundaries of the restrictiveness of the box that's been put around us by the government and the insurance companies, and even by the very doctors themselves who've been trained in a certain thought process, and they can never escape it because the whole system is set up and maintained foundationally to be in this box. And if you step out of it, they will slap you. So if I misstated anything there, Dr. Cowden, am I on track?
I think you're very much on track, Bill, and I wish I could have said it that well.
It's just an interesting thing to me that people walk through life and they just kind of like are oblivious. And they think this thing that we've been given that is so dynamic and so powerful that in my opinion was created by God and has so many intricacies to it, we just treat it kind of like like we're taking it for granted. Like it's no big deal.
Unfortunately true. You know, the body has tremendous healing capability, and oftentimes it heals when it completely baffles my mind how in the world that happened. You know, how in the world could somebody that's as ill as they were be healed from some of the conditions that I see. But when the body was created, it was created with tremendous resilience and tremendous healing capability. And unfortunately, most people don't know that that's the case, don't understand that well enough, and they are always delegating the responsibility of repairing their body to a doctor, to some other healthcare practitioner, to the government, to the insurance companies, or to somebody else that should care a whole lot less about their body than they should care about their body.
Well, they're pretty dispassionate. I mean, the government's going to make decisions that are not based upon any emotion or any compassion or anything else. It is just going to be simply, a dollars and cents type of thing. And when you get into that circumstance, it seems to me that you've taken out of the most vital portion of a person's opportunity to be healed, and that's their own ability to be involved in that healing. So
yeah.
We'll pick up next here in just a minute on the next segment on some of these concepts. Thank you for being with us.